colossal elephant, the intimidating birds, the barrel-like hippo, the towering giraffe, the gigantic whale. Which is the biggest of them all? The lush tropical forests of Asia hold within them some of nature's mightiest creatures. Each of these silent footsteps carries with it the immense weight of the world's largest land mammal. Standing at over 3 meters high with a body 6 meters long and tusks that are longer than most humans stand, weighing in at over 5 tons, the power and majesty of the elephant is undeniable. In the Hindu religion, the elephant-headed Ganesh is worshipped as the deity of intellect and wisdom and the sacred remover of obstacles. It is commonly believed that a goddess created Ganesh in order to guard her privacy. Asian elephants are extremely social and live in matriarchal family groups. Most of their time is spent eating. Their average daily intake is 150 to 200 kilograms of leaves, roots, barks, and shrubs. The trunk of the elephant is an amazing multi-purpose tool. Formed by the fusion of its nose and upper lip, it contains a complex network of 150,000 muscles, giving it phenomenal flexibility. Preferring scrub forest and areas with shade, the range of most Asian elephants doesn't often exceed more than 50 square kilometers, although they will migrate with the seasons. With small eyes and poorer than average eyesight, elephants rely much more on their sense of smell and hearing. The tough, wrinkled skin on their backs and sides is between 2 to 3 centimeters thick and is highly sensitive. Elephants need to take regular mud baths to insulate themselves from burning and moisture loss. With trunks that can hold 10 liters of water, these baths can be a chore as well as a pleasure. But without taking them regularly, their skin can suffer serious damage. Constant flapping of their huge ears ventilates the fine network of capillaries that run just beneath their paper-thin skin, adding to the overall cooling effect of bath time. The long, slender tusks of a male elephant can reach 2 meters in length. It has been found that elephants tend to either be right or left-tusked, much in the same way humans are right or left-handed, with one tusk showing definite wear with age. After they reach sexual maturity, adult males enter a period called must. At these times, their testosterone levels skyrocket, and they are prone to extreme aggression. As these colossal bodies collide, huge feet that rest on pads of shock-absorbent tissue try to stand firm against the phenomenal pushing force of their opponent. Although serious fights are rare, sparring with tusks of these proportions can never be taken lightly, and these behemoths will battle it out. The sweeping plains of Africa are home to the only land animal bigger than the Asian elephant. African elephants can be a ton heavier and a meter taller than their Asiatic cousins. But to get to that size takes a very long time. Elephants don't reach full maturity until they are 20 to 25 years old. Living in close-knit maternal groups, elephants form extremely tight social bonds. Their very wrinkled skin gives them more surface area from which they can lose heat in the baking temperatures. And they also trap moisture, which then takes longer to evaporate. To keep these massive bodies cool, these enormous animals need around 80 liters of water a day, although some can consume double that amount. An adult male can drink more than 200 liters of water in less than 5 minutes. Using their supersensory trunk to smell, elephants pass scent particles to a specialized organ on the roof of their mouths, often raising their trunks in the air to get an advance warning of any danger. Flapping its immense ears as it travels, African elephants' ears are twice the size of Asian elephants and are also used as a threat warning. Elephants communicate with deep rumbles at frequencies too low for human ears to detect. These rumbles and foot stompings can create seismic waves that travel over 20 kilometers and can be used as a form of communication. With a reach of 7 meters, the 3.5-meter trunk of an African elephant stretches higher than all but one of the other grazers of the savanna. The two so-called fingers at the tip of the trunk have the same dexterity as an octopus leg and can grip the most delicate of leaves. When not eating, this colossal beast, with its 52-kilogram skull and 20-kilo heart, nuzzles its fellow behemoths affectionately. Are these modern-day mammoths really the biggest animal on Earth? With soaring grace and aerial prowess, birds dominate our skies. To remain the undisputed pioneers of the air, most bird species are feather-light and relatively small. But the avian world is not without its giants. The largest birds in the world have sacrificed the power of flight and live with their feet firmly planted on the ground. The ostrich, the emu, and the prehistoric-looking cassowary. All three of these flightless big birds have evolved powerful legs with massive clawed toes. Uniquely, the ostrich has only 2 toes, an adaptation for high-speed running. Sprinting at 70 kilometers an hour, the ostrich is the fastest living bird on land. It is also the largest, standing at almost 3 meters and weighing in at 150 kilos. In spectacular courtship dances, males use their flightless wings as giant decorative fans, waving them as they throw their heads from side to side, as neck and thigh blush red. Keeping lookout with the largest eyeball in the animal kingdom, there is only one creature that can outrun this giant bird. The massive ostrich can move over the landscape with strides up to 5 meters long. A continent away, in the arid landscapes and coastal dunes of Australia, runs the emu, the second tallest bird in the world. The shaggy appearance of the emu disguises a brilliant design. Their heat-absorbing feathers and insulating inner plumage prevent heat flowing into their skin, allowing them to thrive even in the midday temperatures of the outback. Keen-eyed and curious, Emus are known to follow and watch other animals. Although not as tall as the ostrich, the emu can reach nearly 2 meters and weigh over 50 kilograms. Their bodies fueled on a diet of plants, seeds, and insects. In the emu world, it's the males who look after the chicks, which for the first 3 months of their life are covered in camouflaging stripes. The chicks whistle gently as they forage. The whistling gets louder and more high-pitched if they lose sight of their ever-protective parent. They will stay with their father until they are fully grown. Among the ratites, the large flightless birds of the world, emus are not the only ones to provide all-male parental care. In the lush rainforests of tropical Australia lives the stocky, aggressive, and mighty cassowary. Shorter than the emu, but much heavier, the cassowary is the world's second weightiest bird. The 18-centimeter horn-like casque on top of its head adds to its bizarre and commanding appearance. Aggressive by nature and known to strike out with both immensely powerful legs, the cassowary has the power to disembowel. Their sharpened spike-like inner claw is 12 centimeters long. A diligent and protective parent, the male cassowary nurtures his chicks for between 9 and 18 months, teaching them the ways of the rainforest. This arrestingly magnificent bird is vital for the survival of the forests in which it lives. There are some rainforest fruits that only the cassowary is big enough to disperse, the seeds germinating more readily after passing through the bird. These mighty keepers of the forest walk as true giants amongst the birds. Lumbering across the land, the enormity of the barrel-like hippo is without question. Other grass eaters are frail by comparison. Its immense head leads its 5-meter body, and short, sturdy legs support its 3 tons. Due to their ill temper, half-meter tusks and enormous-size adult hippos are often considered the most dangerous animals in Africa. They frequently brush aside crocodiles if they're in their way. Hippos are semi-aquatic animals, spending 18 hours a day submerged in the shallow, muddy waters of Africa's rivers and lakes. Despite being extremely thick, their skin is sensitive and needs to be kept moist. They produce a mucus that turns a pinky brown when exposed to the air, which acts as both a sunscreen and a moisturizer, and may even protect them against infection. Vigorously wagging their tails to scatter dung and urine, both on land and in the water, it is likely that the scent sprayed by hippos while doing this helps them to recognize one another. Certain birds will also recognize their favorite hippo. Tiny oxpeckers spend most of their life on their giant partners' backs, gorging themselves on the pests and parasites that torment their hosts. The colossal mouth of the male hippo houses the most lethal of weapons. These thick tusks can grow to half a meter and are kept sharp as they grind with the upper canines. The gape of the hippo's jaw stretches to a phenomenal 150 degrees and gives it one of the most powerful bite forces in the entire animal kingdom. Yawning and showing off tusks is a powerful threat display. But if threats don't work, these aquatic titans will stab at each other, rearing up, slashing and biting. Fights can be a 6-ton battle for the control of a section of river and the females within it. Weighing 40 to 45 kilos, mothers give birth to single calves that are born in the shallow waters. The female will have left the herd to give birth, and she and her meter-long newborn spend a week or two alone. By the time they join the group, they are firmly bonded and have a close and affectionate relationship. Although weaned at 12 months, by which time the young calf weighs a massive quarter of a ton, it will remain with its mother for several more years, and it's not uncommon to see a female with 2 or 3 offspring. In the physically close life of the river hippo, even young males are tolerated by the bull. Are these submerged barrels of power the biggest aquatic animals in the world? Standing taller than any other living animal in their towering majesty is the proud and elegant giraffe. With a grace of movement that defies its great height, adult giraffes stand 6 meters tall, and their legs are higher than an average man. A fully grown male weighs in at over 1,600 kilos. The unique appearance and peaceful nature of the giraffe has captivated humans for centuries. The national emblem of Tanzania, the giraffe, represents visionary qualities and an ability to see life from all angles. With their giant legs moving in full stride, giraffes can gallop at phenomenal speeds, relying on the forward and backward motion of their undulating necks to keep them balanced. A giraffe's markings are unique, and while the color of its patches may vary slightly throughout its life, the pattern remains constant. When fully grown, this elongated animal is tall enough to peer through the window of a second-story building. Its endearing face is dominated by outrageously long eyelashes and huge eyes that are always on the lookout for danger. Lions hunting in packs are the only predators capable of taking down a large giraffe. Their presence always instills fear. Individual giraffes come and go freely from the open herds that these social animals live in, scattering vastly across the plains, peaceful occupants of all they see. The giraffe's lofty vantage point makes it a useful sentinel for other animals of the plains. Drinking for a giraffe is tricky business. Despite its colossal proportions, its neck is still too short to reach the ground, and it must splay its elegant legs to reach down and drink. Another animal keeps a watchful eye while they are in this vulnerable position. Dueling males evaluate each other's strength by intertwining their mighty necks and leaning against one another. When a fight ensues, they swing their huge necks, aiming head and horns at their rival. With each landing blow, thuds echo across the plains. Once resolved, life on the savannah resumes for these otherwise peaceful giants. Could the towering height of this most elegant of beasts make it the biggest animal on Earth. The mighty whale graces our oceans with a size and strength unrivaled on land. 3 times longer than the tallest giraffe and weighing more than a dozen hippos, the beautiful humpback whale is most famed for its mystical and haunting song. Historically, whales have been hunted with harpoons for their meat, blubber, and bone. The humpback population was drastically depleted. Following the massive decline in their numbers, many species are now protected. One of them, the blue whale, is the biggest animal alive. The largest animal known to have lived at any time in the history of our planet, this gigantic creature can be over 30 meters long and lives entirely on tiny plankton. When they surface for a breath, they expel air through a blowhole that is the size of a small child before their 200-ton body glides gracefully back under the sea. Swimming at an incredible 20 knots, the tail of these majestic creatures can be over 7 meters wide. Under the surface of the water, the ghost-like form of these incomparable shimmering mammals is powered by a heart the size of a car, sending out a beat that can be detected from over 3 kilometers away. These incredible blue whales really are the true giants of our world. Gliding through the tropical and temperate waters of our oceans is another remarkable creature, the undisputed biggest fish in the sea, the whale shark. Averaging around 12 meters, many believe they can reach up to 20. These enormous animals are filter feeders and fuel themselves on tiny organisms like krill, larvae, and small fish. Usually solitary animals, they gather together when rich feeding is available in some part of the world. They have even learned to make the best of the local fishing trade. Taking in huge amounts of quarry-filled water into their cavernous mouths, they then expel the water through their gills, which act like a fine sieve. Anything over 2 to 3 centimeters is trapped. With mouths that are over 1 meter wide, they can process more than 6,000 liters of water per hour. Their sublime grace in the water is one of slow, powerful movement. The white spots and lines that decorate their magnificent blue-gray bodies mimic the dappled sunlight that comes through the surface of the ocean and makes them less conspicuous in the water. The pattern of spots each animal has is unique and can be used to help identify these peaceful giants. Despite having 3,000 tiny teeth in their spectacular mouths, whale sharks neither bite nor chew. It is incredible to believe that this beautiful colossus started its life as a 60-centimeter pup. The tusked elephant, the powerful birds, the enormous hippo, the lofty giraffe, the gigantic whale, which is the mightiest of all.
Nature is not a place to visit, it's our home. Nature is all that we see Animals, insects disappearing into their surroundings, using deceptions, disguises, lures. Nature is all that we hear. The call of an eagle, the hiss of ocean spray, the rumble of thunder, the doings of a cricket. The wonderful beauty of nature, the crucial, fragile affinity between animal life and their environment. All of this is World of the Wild. Formed by volcanism and the clashing of tectonic plates, mountains are dramatic and varied landscapes, largely uninhabited by man. With increasing elevation creating distinctive habitat bands, each mountain can be host to several distinctive microclimates, from densely forested foothills to seemingly barren peaks. Here, even different aspects of the same slope can bring about stunning variance in the life that inhabits them. To occupy these challenging ranges, animals must be hardy and adaptable to change. In this episode, we learn why bears rule the mountain forests, follow the seasonal migrations of elk, experience the high life of marmots, scale the slopes with bighorn sheep, and prowl the mountain ranges with pumas. While they are among the largest terrestrial carnivores on the planet, bears have a somewhat undeserved reputation for aggression, and many of their adaptations to their environment are far from ferocious. Weighing upwards of half a ton and armed with sharp, retractable claws, there are few creatures capable of taking on this apex predator, except, of course, for other bears. With 8 species found predominantly in the northern hemisphere, bears can be found occupying a range of habitats, but are most commonly associated with mountainous areas of forest. With an exceptional sense of smell, possibly better than any other mammal, this is the bear's principal sense for locating food within their often challenging habitat. And unlike most carnivores, bears' teeth are adapted to chewing significant quantities of vegetable matter, enabling them to make use of a wider range of the mountain's food resources. In the lakes and rivers of their mountain habitat, fish form a significant part of the bear's diet, and they have adopted a range of behavioral modifications in order to procure them. Wading or swimming in the waterways, bears will often fully submerge as they patrol the shallows, seeking to pin their slippery prey with their claws. When spawning events bring greater concentrations of fish, groups of normally solitary bears will gather at strategic points along the rivers. These seasonal gatherings are not without conflict, as the bears fight to claim the most desirable fishing spots. With prime real estate going to dominant males, the bears attempt to snatch the fish mid-air as they leap their way up the cascading rapids. During these boom times, bears will only eat the most nutritious parts of their catch, discarding the remainder for the scavengers that have also gathered for the feast. Avoiding the privations of the cold mountain winters, bears retreat to their dens in a form of hibernation. These dormant periods can see the bears underground for up to 200 days. With heart rates slowing to just 9 beats a minute, they will not eat, drink or defecate the entire time. Re-emerging in the spring, pregnant females will have given birth during the winter sleep and guide their cubs into the outside world. Playful and inquisitive, the cubs will remain close by their affectionate mother's side for around 2 years. Learning the ways of their mountain habitat, they will also be protected from its dangers. Overhunting has traditionally had a devastating effect on bear populations, but today, habitat loss and fragmentation is their greatest threat. Intelligent animals, bears have displayed behavioral adaptations to avoid human contact, in some cases becoming nocturnally active and learning to scavenge from urban areas. But the reduction in wilderness inevitably reduces wildlife, and for large, wide-ranging creatures such as bears, conservation of mountain and forest habitats is the most effective means of protecting their numbers. One of the largest deer species in the world, elk are native to the forests of North America and Eastern Asia. Comfortable in a range of habitats, it is the mountains where this species has its stronghold. Having spent the summer months fattening themselves on the mountain's high grazing grounds, as winter approaches, elk move down from their elevated meadows to avoid the worst of the cold weather. The descent is a gradual one, as they make the most of the available vegetation while it lasts. Spending most of the year in small single-sex herds, during the winter, elk reunite and endure the cold months together in the sheltered valleys and woodlands around the foot of the mountain. Feeding sparingly on shrubs and tree bark, they pour through the snow in search of buried grass. The increased herd size provides increased vigilance, as scout elk take turns keeping watch for the mountain predators that are also feeling the winter's bite. Typically shedding their horns early in winter to conserve energy, when spring comes, male elk begin growing these bony structures again at a rapid rate of 2.5 centimeters a day. Reaching lengths of over 1 meter and weighing nearly 20 kilograms, when the antlers are fully developed, their protective velvet covering is stripped off by rubbing against a tree, and the bull elk are ready to begin competing for mates. Bugling to attract females and challenge rival males, the bull elk's distinctive scream-like bellowing echoes for miles around the mountain. Sizing each other up, competing bulls display their fighting prowess through posturing. If neither backs down, they will lock horns and wrestle to establish dominance. Often sustaining serious injuries, successful males may be required to fight continually in order to secure their harem of breeding females. Following the retreating snow, the elk migrate back up the mountain to return to their high grazing grounds by early summer. Here the females give birth to their young. While the spotted fawns are able to stand by the time they are just 20 minutes old, they remain especially vulnerable to predation and will remain close to their mothers until next season's offspring are produced. A resourceful species, elk have proven remarkably successful when introduced to foreign environments as far-flung as Australia. Within their native habitat, they have lost much of their original range and today exist primarily in more remote mountainous locations. The largest member of the squirrel family, the marmot, has successfully integrated with elevated mountain zones in order to live the high life. As they rise in height, mountains form distinctive habitat bands. With increased altitude comes decreased temperatures and oxygen. And moving up the mountain slopes, the vegetation becomes more stunted and sparse as the forests of the foothills give way to the bare rock of the peaks. Few mammals are equipped to survive in the tough terrain of these higher reaches. The charismatic marmot is a rare exception. Marmots are well attuned to rarefied air, with large colonies regularly living at elevations of over 4,000 meters. Of the 15 species of marmot, most eke out an existence in desolate mountain habitats by adopting a wide diet. Primarily herbivores, they target a variety of grasses and roots, even consuming moss and lichens from the exposed mountain rock. And in times of hardship, marmots have been known to hunt insects and may even resort to cannibalism. Among the most gregarious of the squirrel family, marmots tend to live in highly social groups comprised of a dominant male with several female mates and their young. While social grooming and play fights are common, the colony's most important function is watchfulness. Predated upon by the many carnivores of the mountains, marmots keep a constant eye for danger. Rising comfortably on their hind legs to stand lookout, they are in continual communication with a series of whistles, screams, and teeth chattering. Excellent diggers, marmots construct elaborate burrow systems, and more than half this creature's life can be spent underground. Maintaining a series of simple bolt holes for quick escape from predators, colonies will also construct more complicated refuges for sleeping and hibernating. While their stocky build and dense fur coat affords the marmot considerable protection from the elements, the mountain winters drive these squirrels underground for up to 8 months of the year. During this period, they will live off their fat reserves, and when they finally re-emerge, a typical marmot may have lost up to 2/3 of its body weight. Having evolved so successfully to inhabit their specific mountain habitat band, global warming poses a particular challenge to marmots. Warmer temperatures can reduce the mountain's already limited vegetation, and marmot populations have been recorded relocating to higher zones. Marmot numbers, for the most part, remain healthy around the world, but there is only so much mountain for this specialized creature to climb. A true mountain specialist, the bighorn sheep boasts an array of adaptations that see it prosper where few others dare to tread. Native to North America, bighorn sheep make their home on the steep, uneven mountainsides, avoiding predators by occupying a range that most creatures find difficult or impossible to negotiate. Feeding in alpine meadows, they fearlessly take on rugged cliff faces and treacherous gravelly slopes with remarkable sure-footedness. Related to mountain goats, bighorn sheep display many shared adaptations for their mountain-faring lifestyle. Split hooves conform to hug uneven surfaces, while rough hoof bottoms provide natural grip. Keen vision aids in navigating precarious passages, and uncanny balance allows the sheep to stand on rock ledges just a few centimeters wide. Capable of jumping 6 meters, bighorns can scale uphill or descend steep stretches at unmatched speeds. So innate are the bighorn's climbing skills that within a day of birth, newborns can keep pace with the herd. Feeding on seasonally available forage, during the warmer months bighorns favour grasses, while cold winters will see them switch to more woody plant life. For the desert-dwelling bighorns, cactus varieties provide an abundant food source year-round. The distinctive curved horns of the males can weigh up to 14 kilograms, as much as the rest of the bones in their entire body. Head-butting competitions are a means of establishing dominance within the herd and securing mating rights during breeding season. Lunging into the clashes, the crack of horns can be heard throughout the mountains, with some fights lasting for hours. While resistant to the cold, bighorns are not able to travel through deep snow, and during winter they move to the lower regions of the mountains, favouring slopes with limited snow buildup. A versatile species, bighorns have also adapted to survive in the mountains of the desert. Scaling the red rock promontories, they are found at elevations of 1,200 meters. In this climate, the sheep have evolved to withstanding scorching temperatures and are able to attain most of their water from the plants they eat. With a population believed to have once been over 2 million, by the early 20th century, hunting and introduced diseases from domestic livestock had reduced bighorn numbers to just several thousand. But the bighorn is a conservation success story, with hunting restrictions, game reserves, and reintroduction programs increasing numbers and saving the species from falling over the precipice. creature of many names, the puma, also commonly known as the cougar, is highly attuned to prowling the mountain ranges and ambushing unwary prey. Occupying the largest range of any wild animal in the Americas, the puma has come to be known by more names than any other creature in the natural world. Proving adaptable to almost every type of habitat they encounter, as their mountain lion moniker suggests, it is the mountains where they are most at home. Like most felines, pumas are solitary creatures. Establishing individual territories, they prefer regions with dense vegetation or rocky cover to launch ambush attacks, utilizing their enlarged, retractable clawed front paws to clutch their prey. With proportionally the largest hind legs of the cat family, the puma is granted enhanced climbing and sprinting ability and can leap easily over challenging mountain terrain. More active at night and around dawn or dusk, pumas spend the majority of daylight hours at rest. Those that are spotted during the day are more likely young males who can roam vast distances as they seek out a suitable range away from the established territory of dominant males. These searching journeys can even see the cats crossing substantial bodies of water, albeit reluctantly. Active year-round, pumas are generalist predators and will eat any animal they can catch, from small insects to large game. Capable of dragging prey several times their own weight, pumas maximize their feeding by hiding their kills from other mountain carnivores, returning to eat over a period of days. Unlike many carnivores, pumas are unlikely to engage in scavenging behavior, rarely consuming prey they have not killed themselves. Parenting is solely the domain of female pumas, and they are noted for their fiercely protective behavior around their cubs. Born with spots, the cubs will remain reliant on their mother for around 2 years, learning how to stalk and hunt before striking out on their own. A mysterious animal, puma numbers are subject to speculation. But, although persecuted as a pest species in parts of their range, their wide distribution across the Americas and ability to adapt to various habitats are positive factors in their favor. Spectacular geological features in their own right, mountains are home to a diversity of wildlife. And in this episode, we have seen the mighty bear, the roving elk, resourceful marmots, sure-footed bighorn sheep, and sly pumas. Playing a crucial role in determining the weather patterns and climate of their surrounding lands, some mountains are continuing to rise, while other ranges are slowly shrinking, weathered away by wind and water. Historically protected by their inaccessibility, mountains today are increasingly exploited for their resources through logging and mining. Preserving these magnificent landscapes is an ongoing effort, and one that is vital to the life they contain and the surrounding life that they influence.